Welcome back, everyone. Scoosy16 here with another game from the Elite Discord tournament. This one being the Buzzwings versus the Sewer Sneaks. The series is split 1-1, and we now head to Apple Field, the home of the Sewer Sneaks. And we will be facing off for game three. The Buzzwings being the team that I drafted versus the Sneaks, who were drafted by the AI. I have a lot more invested in this series than any of the other series currently going, but thank you all so much for following it along and watching. Let's go ahead and jump into this one and see who's going to be facing off in these starting lineups. Looking at the Buzzwings first, as they are going to be away. Leading off is going to be Liam Undermeyer, the clutch hitting captain for the Buzzwings. He came up huge with a 3-run shot to take the lead in the victory in the last game. Go back and check that out if you haven't gotten a chance to. He'll be camped in center field once again, locked in this time, and he'll be in the leadoff spot, followed by Jillian Fisher, who's also locked in, continuing her hot streak, leading the league in homers, if I'm not mistaken, with 3 so far, 3 in her first 3 at-bats. She has stepped up in this tournament and has been able to show exactly why she deserves to be here. In the 3 spot, Landon Stone will be DHing in today's game. Once again, that's kind of his sweet spot. We'll see if he can get that fastball hitter trait going so that he can join the hit parade of the top 2 batters. In the 4th spot, Keegan Howell. He's going to be back again in that shortstop position. He was tense last game. He was able to get out of that. We'll see if he can get that offense going. I do not know if their pitcher is a righty, but we'll see if that power versus right-handers gets to kick in here. Catching today is Pork Nelson. Pork, the DH for the first game, caught the last 2 games. He's going to be showing up as the catcher and that RBI hero in the 5 spot. In the 6th spot is Kamari Butler, left fielder. He's been doing okay to this series so far. We want to see him step up, and we'll see if he can do that today. In the 7th spot, right fielder Furtive Wood gets another start. Zeke Green started the first game, and he's been out the last 2 games. So Furtive going to keep that offense going, and that cannon arm in right field, we saw it activate a couple of times. No big plays with it, but he's definitely keeping those sneak runners at bay for sure. Kayla Carter's been struggling all series long. She's going to be at first base once again, and maybe she can right the ship here as we are going to be away, and maybe she'll feel a little bit more comfortable at Apple Field. Rounding out the order is Tessa North at third base. She's been doing well defensively. She needs to get that offense going. And for the starting pitcher for the Buzzwings is going to be Alfredo Knox. Alfredo drafted in the 14th round. He's actually the last starter that was drafted. If you recall, in our first game, we saw starting pitcher Godfrey Shavewell as our catcher in that game. He's going to be our 4th starter in the rotation. But Alfredo Knox, with that workhorse trait being maxed out, means that as long as he's pitching well, he should have a really great day today. His attributes are not amazing. He's got really good accuracy. He's got good velocity. He's got average junk. He's actually throwing 4 pitches with 1 fastball and 3 off-speed pitches. So we'll see how this all plays out today. I'm a little nervous seeing him go out there. I don't have the most confidence in him, but if he can get locked in, we can see him just ride through this entire game with that maximum workhorse trait activated here. For the Sewer Sneaks, we do see that Twirl Lupton, their starter, is a righty. So just to do a quick little recap, we will see power versus right-handers activated for Keegan Howell. We will see contact versus righties activated for Kamari Butler. I believe that's it for the starters on our team. To look at their their starting lineup, Reeve Watts will again be playing his secondary position, this time playing second base. He was in center field his first game. In the first game, he was in shortstop second game. He's now playing second base. Interesting decision for their team, but he is a great defender with good contact leading off for the Sneaks. Next is Jamie Cook, the captain. Jamie going to see what he can do from that 2 spot. He's got that power versus righties, and Alfredo Knox is a righty, so that will be activated in today's game as well. In the 3 spot, Genevieve Holloway got the day off The last game, she'll be back in the lineup this time in that DH spot. She was the big hitter in game one. We'll see if she can continue that in game three here. Linfield Harden, the first baseman, going to be in the 4 spot today, followed by Raina Barnstormer, who's been playing at the bottom of the order, has been bumped up to the 5 spot. So maybe they saw something or they see something in her hitting abilities today that they wanted to bump her up. Timothy Dubbs is going to be getting the start in left field today. I believe he got the day off in the last game. Rylan Reed dropped down to the 7 spot. She's going to be fielding at third base as she has been throughout this tournament. She's been holding up pretty well on both sides of the plate. And then we see Andres Rilo, who also got the day off. He'll be back again in here. Actually, I think I think he got the day off. He's going to be their shortstop today. Weak arm, so maybe that's something that we can take advantage of. Both traits are at the minimum buff, so we really won't see them play very well here today. And rounding out the order is Wyatt Chang, who got the day off the last time. It's interesting, this series between the Buzzwings and the Sewer Sneaks is the only series in which we have not seen either catcher start all 3 games. So there's been a bit of a mix around in the catching department for both teams here, but this is the only 2 teams that have done that. Now, to round out the order, we look to their starter pitcher, Twirl Lupton. Twirl will be the 7th pick in the draft, and she's also a maxed out workhorse pitcher now. She has incredible accuracy at 98, but you see that junk is just above average, and that velocity is right at average. Her arsenal is only 3 pitches, a 4-seam fastball, a curveball, and a slider. So both these pitchers match up really well against each other. Twirl has the better accuracy, but with only 3 pitches, we'll see if that's something that the Buzzwings can take advantage of. And let's go ahead and head out to Apple Field and see what happens between these 2 teams. Again, tied. We've seen some interesting play. The Buzzwings offense has been more quiet than I would have thought it would have been, so we'll see if things change in this one now that they're in a new environment. And they're going to get a chance to get things started right out of the gate, as again we have Liam Undermeyer, our captain, coming up to start things off, and he's already locked in, and he's been hitting really well in this tournament, and he's getting that high pressure already. Oh my gosh, Lupton has to be thankful that ball didn't blast her in the face, as that went just right above. I actually think she looked up as she was trying to catch it, and it just buzzed past her cap. I don't know how she didn't lose it there. But the base hit from Liam on the first pitch, and here comes Jillian, our biggest threat this time. And she hits a base hit up the middle as well. So all of a sudden, right out of the gate, Twirl Lupton in trouble as there's 2 runners on with no outs. And here comes our number 3 hitter, Landon Stone. He said he was actually happy to come back out to Apple Field, as this is where he grew up, and this was the first field he actually saw a live baseball game, watching the Sirloins play. So he's excited to be out here, and I feel like maybe that was a little bit of pressure on his shoulders as the ball dribbles to the pitcher, and Lupton is able to get it to second to turn the double play, but Undermeyer is able to advance to third, so she might be able to get out of this unscathed, but she'll have to go through Keegan Howell with that boosted power versus lefties activated here. Or versus righties, excuse me. 1-1 count. And Howell swings at that curveball, fighting off another pitch here. And takes strike 3, and there goes the mojo again. So unfortunately, after 2 leadoff hits from our 2 hot hitters, nobody is able to follow through and help them out. And honestly, it's been like this all series long for the Buzzwings, as it seems like 2 players are hitting the ball really well and nobody else can help them out. So unless that ball gets hit out, really nothing's happening here, which is incredibly frustrating. So here comes Knox, the other workhorse in this game. Pretty interesting matchup. He's got a sneeze there, so the ump calls time for a second, resetting the pitch clock, and he's back in there. 2-2 count. And that ball blooped to center field, and Undermeyer with an incredible play, sliding in to make the catch. Just continuing to show why he's the captain of this Buzzwings team. He really has been the lifeblood of them this series so far. It's been fun to watch him do what he does. And I mentioned this when I introduced the lineup. I called Liam as that ball pops up behind the plate, and it's going to stay. Not sure what he was doing there. Poor Nelson just kind of sat there. Luckily, Knox is able to induce a ground ball right back to him, tossing over first for the out. As I was mentioning, when we was introducing this lineup initially, I mentioned how Liam Undermeyer, I called him Mike Trout light. And I felt a little silly saying that as that ball goes down the left field line. It's going to get into the corner. Butler is able to get to it quickly, but Genevieve Holloway, Miss Irrelevant, is able to get a lead or a double there with 2 outs, and so she's going to extend this inning for the Sneaks. Big spot for Linfield Harden. I felt a little silly saying Mike Trout light, but after seeing his performances so far, I feel like there was one big at bat we really could have used him in Game 1. Which probably could have converted to a win had it gone the way we wanted it to go. But he has been showing up as just that in this series. 2-2 count. Or I'm sorry, full count now with 2 outs. And Linfield Harden pops up behind the plate. Let's see if Nelson can get to this one, and he does. 4 out number 3. So for the 2-out double for Genevieve Holloway, it does nothing. And now we come back up to the plate. Pork Nelson leading things off for this team in the top of the second. He's been quiet as an RBI hero. He had one chance, and he actually capitalized on it in the first game, hitting a sacrifice fly. But I would say one chance that he actually followed through on as he lines that one right to Harden for out number 1. He had another opportunity to utilize that RBI hero, and I think he struck out, which was incredibly frustrating to witness. And here comes Butler. He's been kind of quiet. He has not yet to get a hit in this series. We'll see if using that maxed out power or contact versus righties, he can find it today as he pulls that one foul and it bounces off the padding there on the left field foul line. Little hack activated, fighting that one off. Still activated, maxed out contact trait, and this seems to have happened so many times for him, and I don't know how this works in this game, but how do you have maxed out contact? And I know it doesn't guarantee you're gonna hit the ball, but like swinging at a pitch like that just seems silly to me. But here comes Furtive Wood with 2 outs. He's been having a good start in his limited opportunities, and he hits that ball hard to right center field. Cook's able to cut that off before it goes any further, as it did slow down through the grass there, and it's a base hit with 2 outs for Furtive Wood. And so here comes Kayla Carter, yet another player on the Buzzwings who has yet to get a hit in this series. We'll see if she can find it with that off-speed hitter and 2 off-speed pitches for Twirl Lupton. This might be the perfect combination. And the runner goes. Furtive Wood steals second base. Big play there with his good speed. And with a 3-0 count, Kayla Carter takes ball 4 for the walk. So she has been able to work the count decently well. She's able to get on base there. So with 2 outs, we have another little rally going. 2 runners on for Tessa North, the 9-hitter, who also has not gotten a hit in this series. Takes ball 1 high. Good contact attributes for her, and she makes good contact, but right at Watts at second base for out number 3. So we're making noise, we're making her work, but we haven't been able to make anything actually happen. So we noticed that Raina Barnstormer got bumped up into the 5 spot for the Sneaks, and we were curious to know what they were thinking when they did this, as she has not been having a good series so far. And this might be the reason why, as she pulls that one hard, and it just goes foul into the right field corner. And so maybe that off-speed hitter is something they were looking at, but she chases that one out of the zone. It's drop third strike, and they're able to toss it over to first for out number 1. So maybe we have to look out for that going forward. She hit that one hard, but was just ahead of it. Here comes Timothy Dubbs. He hits that ball hard, deep left or deep center field to the deepest part of the park, and Undermeyer catches it into the corner for the out. And I thought that was gone. Oh my goodness, Undermeyer, just the range for days. And I don't know if he's not locked in, he's not getting to that in time. I think he gets a boost in speed from his mojo, and he's able to get back there and anywhere else, I think that ball is out of here. But it's an out, a loud out. And Rylan Reed with whiffer activated pops that one up, and Keegan Howell catches that one just past the grass in center or in shallow center field for out number 3. So sigh of relief for Alfredo Knox, and he's been doing really well. And here comes Liam Undermeyer, kind of the guy that's the catalyst of this team. He got a base hit in his first swing, our first pitch of the game here, working this count, now 2-1. He's absolutely locked in, and he hits another one just buzzing past Twirl Lupton, and she's going to be twirling until she falls with these balls flying past her face. And honestly, Undermeyer just continuing to stay hot. And here comes Jillian Fisher. We know what she's capable of, and it would be nice to see it happening here. Undermeyer taking off on the first pitch, gets down to second base, steals another base, and now runner in scoring position. And oh no, Fisher pops that one up behind the plate. An easy catch for Wyatt Chang for out number 1. So she passes it down the line to Landon Stone, who's 0 for 1 today. He grounded into a double play in his first at-bat, and they are keeping an eye on Undermeyer there at second for good reason. He takes off again, and he's not in time at second base or at third base, as Wyatt Chang was able to catch him stealing at third. I don't know if that was a bad jump for Undermeyer or what was going on there, but Wyatt Chang, not known for his arm behind the plate, gets the runner at third, and now we're down to 2 outs. Nobody on, and Landon Stone continuing to struggle himself, and he just dropped his mojo as he grounds out to short. And another great start to an inning, and another inning we come up empty, as I'm getting pretty anxious as we continue to watch this game unfold with our offense being as quiet as it is. And here comes Andres Rilo with his own off-speed hitter activated, but not at full force. He swings through strike 2 there. Now Alfredo Knox is locked in, and he gets the ground out to Carter, scoops it up easily with slow poke, even slowing him down even more. It was an easy play for Carter there at first base. So Wyatt Chang comes up, catcher, not having a great start. He has not gotten a hit yet in the series, and he hits that one hard to left field, and that ball is going to easily get out of here to the bullpen. Buzzwings bullpen just sitting there watching it, shaking their head, and I love when I jinx my team. 376 for Wyatt Chang's first hit and home run of the series, and he breaks the 0-0 tie, and Alfredo Knox, I'm guessing, drops back down to neutral mojo. Yes, he does, and he's got to be feeling frustrated, making a mistake too. Wyatt Chang, who might arguably be one of the worst players that's on any of these teams, attribute-wise. Doesn't mean he's not good. All of these players are good, but might be the worst out of the group. So with full count, 1 out, he's able to settle back in, and he gets Watts swinging for strike 3 as we head to Jamie Cook, the captain of the Sneaks. They have a 1-0 lead right now, and Jamie Cook could easily change this with his power versus righties trade activated, and he pops that one up, gets just underneath it. Fisher camped underneath in right field, catching that one easily for out number 3, but frustrating, as we've seen the Buzzwings really make Twirl Lupton work, but just cannot get anything to fall through to get a runner across the home plate. But Keegan Howell tense right now. He took strike 3 looking his last time out. Twirl Lupton is locked in, but also at 40 pitches already. 42 is this one, and that ball just goes foul on the left side of the bag at third base. 0-2 count, and there he goes again. Keegan Howell, I think he needs a day off. If I'm a Buzzwings manager, I might be looking at not letting him bat another another time in this game. Ball goes right back up the middle for Pork Nelson. The catcher getting a hit here, and that drops Lupton's mojo down to neutral. Or I believe neutral. I don't know if she was on fire after that swinging strikeout. Nope, she's back at neutral here. And here comes Kamari Butler, who's tense. Has that contact versus righties and Little Hack activated here. He struck out on a pitch that was high out of the zone, and he fights that one off foul. Still Little Hack activated here because he's not in a favorable count. Takes ball one there. That was close. Takes ball two, so Little Hack goes away. So just a contact versus righty activated here. Fouls off another pitch. That was pitch 50 for Twirl. And there he goes again, swinging through another one, and Twirl Lupton back to locked in mojo as she gets another strikeout. So here comes Furtive Wood, who's been having a good series and his limited opportunities. He's still batting 1,000, locked in with a runner on first with 2 outs, and he's already down 0-2. And that ball pops up to left field. Easy under it is Dubs for out number 3. So we get another hit, and it means nothing. Frustrating offensive performance of the Buzzwings, and really, if you're Alfredo Knox, you have to feel frustrated because he has been pitching really well. He gave up that one mistake pitch to Chang, but other than that, really has been lights out. Here comes Holloway, who has been hitting well. Got a base hit in her last at-bat, that double down the left field line. Trying to keep her under control, and she gets another hit. She's been coming up really big for the Sewer Sneaks in this series, this tournament. She gets a base hit up the middle as the first batter of the inning. So no outs, runner on, Linfield Harden up. Not a lot of speed on the base paths, so Knox can just focus on trying to get the runner out. But there's a hit and run. Fisher is able to get to that one and toss it over to first. Acts just like a sacrifice bunt as the 4-hitter grounds out to second, advancing the runner to second. So Barnstormer up again. Again, we have to worry about that pop in the bat. She grounds out to Carter. Carter just takes it to first, takes a look at the runner who advanced to third. So with 2 outs, that single turned into a sacrifice bunt, and then a runner advanced on a ball hit to the right side. And we'll see if Dubs is able to capitalize on this, or if Alfredo Knox is able to get out of this one without having to worry about that runner on third base. And that ball, tough play. Oh, goodness. Tough play from Tessa North, and that was the first time we saw her defense let her down. And Howell was not able to recover off of the bounce. And so that's an infield single for Dubs, and the runner scores, extending the lead to 2-0. So their little small ball games played effective in that one. And then we see Rylan Reed get the base hit up the middle, advancing the runner to second base. So now 2 on and 2 outs for Andres Rilo, who has also not gotten a hit in this series. But again, that just means I've jinxed the Buzzwings here. He hits that ball hard, deep center field again, right into the corner, and right on the warning track is Undermeyer to reel that one in. Another runner crosses the plate, single, advance the runner on a ground ball on a hit and run, advance the runner again on a ground ball with 2 outs. The base hit, the infield single allows the runner to score. So Kayla Carter coming up, their 8-hitter, hits that ball hard, deep center field. We know that those balls are not going to carry very well. Jamie Cook retreats back and then comes in a step to catch that one in. Here comes Tessa North, 0 for 1 today, has yet to get a hit. Extreme pressure, so that tense mojo. And she's hit that one right over the shortstop, and Dubs is able to get to that one quickly. And with base runner activated, Tessa North, oh my goodness, what a play. She was tense, so she's a little slower than normal, but base rounder activated around first, and that was just the boost she needed to get to second base. So with 1 out and a runner on second, here comes Undermeyer, who hits that ball hard to right field, and he pulls that one just over the fence for the home run, and the captain comes up clutch once again. A 372-foot shot just over the fence for the 2-run homer, And this game is all tied back up for Jillian Fisher, who popped up in her last at-bat. She's 1 for 2 today, and it would just be nice if we could take the lead right now in the top of the 5th against Twirl Lupton. And Fisher hits that ball. Rilo is able to knock it down, and even with her boosted speed, is not able to get to first in time. And great play from Rilo at short, robbing Fisher of an infield hit. So here comes 10th Landon Stone. Now that 10th drops down even farther because of the extreme pressure, and Lupton is starting to feel a little bit nervous. She gets the swing there, 1-2. Ball low, 2-2 count, 2 outs. And Landon Stone struggles with those off-speed pitches, and he chased that one high out of the zone for strike 3. But Undermeyer comes up big once again. He gets the home run, 2-run shot to tie it up. So we head into the bottom of the 5th. Knox still on the mound for the Buzzwings, and here comes Wyatt Chang, who got that first run of the game. Swings at strike 2 inside. He's locked in right now, and he takes strike 3. So great from Knox as he waves goodbye to Chang. Just kind of a saying like, hey, you got me one, I got you this time. And here comes Rave Watts, the starter, the leadoff man, who has not gotten a hit yet today. And he hits that ball hard right to Howell, tosses it over to Carter, and that boosts Knox mojo at the perfect time as he's facing off against Jamie Cook here. In a max pressure situation, getting that locked in boost for the workhorse is a really great experience to have, as he's able to drop that one in on the outside part of the zone. Little hack activates. It's max boosted here, and it just got lost with the ball. Little hack activates once again on that swinging strike. And that one drops right into the bottom of the zone. Caught looking is Jamie Cook for out number 3. So, top of the 6th. We go 4, 5, 6, starting with Keegan Howell, who's also tense. And it would be really nice to see him do something here to support the rest of the team in a spot where now we are away and we need to score these runs. So Twirl Lumpton's still on the mound. Still throwing the heat here. And that one was a nasty pitch that just dropped out of the zone. And Howell swings at it, misses it for strike 3. Here comes Pork Nelson. Has not gotten a chance for RBI hero yet, as I don't know why they put him in the 5 spot in the order. He should be directly behind both Undermeyer and Fisher if I'm the one creating the lineup. 2-1 count here with 1 out. Max pressure for Pork Nelson. Swings through strike 2, and that pitch has been fooling them all day. And the inside fastball gets him swinging for strike 3. So Lupton, the workhorse pitcher, is holding up her own end of the bargain here with only 1 mistake pitch that she's made. She's at 72 pitches and barely has her mojo dropped as she gets the swing on the first pitch, ground out to third base. And we head to the bottom of the 6th, and now if you're a Buzzwings fan, you're wanting to go to extra innings. Not something you would normally say, but we're going to have to go through the 3, 4, 5 hitters for the Sneaks, and that's starting with Genevieve Holloway, who has our power versus righties, and she has a single and a double today. She swings through that one, 0-2 count. She fouls that one off and fights another pitch off. Locked in, Alfredo Knox is still sitting right at his original traits or above them. Workhorse is about to hit the 69th pitch. And that 69th pitch is a base hit for Genevieve Holloway, who's able to consistently get on base. She's had Knox number all day long, and that boosts her mojo up. She's now locked in, and she's on base for Linfield Harden. And this is starting to get me to the point where I am getting really anxious as that ball goes up the middle. Linfield swings at the first pitch, and we now have 2 runners on with no outs. Knox drops back down to neutral mojo. Here comes Raina Barnstormer. 0 for 2 today. That neutral mojo does take a hit to Alfredo's attributes. Now gets the 0-2 lead on Barnstormer. And that ball gets through the middle. That's a base hit. Furtive Wood comes up throwing hard. They're not going to test his arm. And that ball gets behind him, and the runners do not advance, as luckily Knox was able to back him up. And now we have bases loaded and no outs. Extreme pressure. Timothy Dubbs came up and got a base hit in his last at-bat, scoring a run. And this is a really tough position for Alfredo Knox. Pull him, please. Pull him for somebody else before we give up this game. He had a great game. He's got a 1-2 count here. He's been able to get out of the runners. Oh my God, the infield played in. Howell was able to get the out at home, but they couldn't turn the double play. And so now bases are still loaded, 1 out. I'm literally standing up right now because I'm so antsy. What is Knox still doing in this game? 1 out. He needs a double play to end this game, or to get us into extras. And he's still in here now with a 1-2 count. Whiffer gets activated. And that ball is the game winner. Ryland Reed hits that hard, and Undermeyer makes a valiant effort, but it doesn't matter even if he caught it. The runner was going to score. I'm so frustrated. The Sewer Sneaks pull out a victory in the last inning. I am so frustrated with the amount of pitchers that have stayed in longer than they should have. My bullpen has seen 2 pitchers actually get playing time in this tournament so far after 3 games. I'm not sure what we're doing, but that's what we're experiencing here. And unfortunately, that's the loss. The Sewer Sneaks played a great game. They kept fighting. And Alfredo Knox, even though he pitched well, he just got gassed there at the end. And they told him it's his game to win, his game to lose. So we see the Buzzwings score 2 runs on 7 hits and no errors. The Sewer Sneaks get their 3 runs on 9 hits, getting a game winner from Ryland Reed on a deep hit to right center field for the game winner. Looking at the lineups, starting with the Buzzwings, Undermeyer continues his hot streak, 3 for 3 today. He gets a 2-run shot, which tied the game in the 4th inning. Huge hit for him. He's been staying hot. Fisher's starting to cool off a little bit. She got a single in her first at-bat, went 0 for 2 in her other 2 at-bats. Definitely some spots where we could have used a hit from her. Landon Stone, not sure where he's at, but he's 0 for 3. He struck out once. Howell 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Pork Nelson got 1 hit, also struck out once, 1 for 3. Kamari Butler 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Furtive Wood got a hit. He's been doing pretty good. We see Kayla Carter also still struggling, 0 for 1 with a walk. And Tessa North did get a good hit. She got a double and scored a run. But this lineup has been struggling mightily. There's too many batters in this lineup that are not hitting, and that's the reason why we're currently down 2-1 in this series. For the Sewer Sneaks, 0 for 3 from Watts, from Cook, 0 for 2 from Rilo. We see Genevieve Holloway, Miss Irrelevant, just continuing to make her name known in this tournament. 3 for 3 and a run scored. Linfield Harden got a base hit and scored a run. Barnstormer did go 1 for 3. She got that. I think that hit that came in the 6th inning. Dubs got a base hit and got a run scored there. Ryland Reed comes up huge. She gets that RBI, and that was the game winner. 2 for 3, 0 for 2, or 1 for 2 for Wyatt Chang, who hits that home run, that solo shot for the first run of the game, and he struck out once as well. Pitching, Alfredo Knox, he doesn't deserve this loss, honestly. He pitched a great game. He was a workhorse today, but unfortunately the Buzzwings manager, I don't know if he fell asleep in the dugout or what, but they absolutely should have pulled him sooner. 5 1/3 innings, 9 hits, 3 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, gave up a home run, and he gets the loss. Twirl Lupton, she battled this one out too. She went the full 6 innings, getting a complete game. 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts, allowing a home run. She gets the win. If we take a look at the top 3 performances today, see Liam Undermeyer, our batter, getting 3 for 3 with a home run and a stolen base today. 2 runs score, 2 RBIs. Twirl Lupton getting the 2nd star, and then Genevieve Holloway 3 for 3 with a double, getting the 3rd star for the Sewer Sneak. So they take the lead in this series. They just need one more to advance in the tournament, and we'll have to wait until we do another wraparound of this tournament. But not looking at the back bracket after 3 games from each team, we'll see that the Thumpers have swept the Overdogs, excuse me, so they advance to the next round in the tournament. Next, we see that the Arctics and Prowl, that's who we'll be watching next, is currently 2-1 Prowl, and the Arctics are going to be bringing everything they've got to this one, still at home for this second game of their 2-game set at Battery Bay. They need to win this one to stay alive. The Prowl can clinch if they win. Next, you see the Dirt Dogs versus the Lockhorns. The Lockhorns take the 2-1 lead after some very interesting games from those two teams. Some really fun baseball happening in that series. The Lockhorns try to clinch it at Whacker's Wheel in the next one. And then lastly, you see us. We just watched game 3 go to the Sewer Sneaks, so they take the lead in the series, and we're going to have to fight for the next 2 games to try and advance in this tournament. So we hope we go all 5 in that one. But thank you all so much for watching. Again, once this first round, once this first round ends, we will be reviewing some of the statistics, some of the results from these games, and see how these players have been performing against each other across the entire tournament. You can see some of those numbers on the right-hand side. But very, very fun series so far. Continue to keep us updated in the comments. If you have any questions, any comments, any feedback, any suggestions, let me know what you're loving. Let me know what you're hating. Appreciate all of you for continuing to follow along. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.